There's a consistently recited mantra in the car enthusiast community, and it's quite simple. Don't buy someone else's project. Trying to pick up where the last guy or gal left off can be daunting, and let's not understate how aggravating it can be to backtrack on their mistakes. I understand this all too well because I did just that. I bought someone's project car. While I still consider the purchase a foolhardy endeavor, I couldn't resist it. For some time, I'd been scouring the internet for my perfect project car, a 1977 to 1978 Pontiac Trans Am. When I was a kid, I remember looking through my parents' photo albums and found 2 pictures of my grandmother's 78 Trans Am with T-tops, Cyclone turbine rims, and a giant Firebird on the hood. Ever since then, I knew the fate to which I was destined to meet. I only wanted it to have a clean title, a body that was still in decent condition, and those fabulous leaky T-tops. And after searching for far too long, I had to let my standards fall just a bit. What I found was a 1978 Trans Am with T-tops and a clean title, but definitely needed some love. It was rough to be sure. The previous owner did a lot of rust excavation and it needed some severe attention. One thing I didn't understand at the time was the pedigree of the car I had bought. He described it to me as a Y88 Special Edition Trans Am. He showed me the Pontiac Historical Society papers he had purchased for the car to prove it was indeed a special edition. I didn't really care either way, but after doing some much-needed homework on the matter, I did confirm as well that the previous owner was true to his word. Originally, I thought the faded brownish gold paint was going to the wayside to be replaced with a Martinique blue paint job to match my grandmother's Trans Am. But now knowing what it was originally, I can't find it in my heart to tarnish its legacy. According to the previous owner, he bought the car from its original owner in Everett, Washington. The original owner had purchased the car from Overton Cadillac and Pontiac in McHenry, Illinois in 1979. He drove the car all the way to Everett, where he had kept it safe ever since. Unfortunately, after some mechanical problems, he parked the car next to his barn where it sat for years until rescued. After flipping far too many Benjamins at him, I took the car to a safe place for a few months until my work schedule was open enough to take the car home to California. Unfortunately, this timing lined up perfectly with the rainy season in the Pacific Northwest and didn't make loading the car any easier, as we had to dodge rain cells and gale winds repeatedly before finally getting it strapped down.
Wow.
Okay, stand clear. It's gonna go over the bar.
Okay, there we go.
I've got no safety.
What?
The chain fell off. There's no safety. Inside that little tiny bar. So.
You might. We walked off
There's nothing in here.
there. House O parts.
This is the house of horrors, is what it is.
All loaded up, ready to go.
That motorcycle came with it for free.
Oh, that's a nice trade-off deal.
Yeah, you know.
It's a nice deal. It's all right.
So now I can pop this in. So you can shove it back a little bit more. And I'll try to lock her down. There you go.
Here.
Will not go anymore?
Pretty much there.
There we go.
I'm gonna cleat there.
Will that stay?
No, it's not loose, but it's pulled up against the front, not wedged up against the back, so that you can just take that out. I'm supposed to be under a Chrysler New Yorker putting a new fuel tank in right now, eh?
Yeah, how's that going?
Yeah, it's going brilliantly. You can see how far I've gotten with that project.
Oh,
You're not pulling hard enough. Did you have your Wheaties today?
hey. Oh, yeah. Ah, yeah. Yep.
Turn it.
There she goes. Stretch, baby, stretch. With everything loaded up and double checked, I got on the road. The first day's trip started out rainy and ended up, well, very rainy, as I made it through Oregon and eventually over the Siskiyou summit. The caution signs that stated, "Use caution, slippery driving conditions," along the corridor were no joke, as several cars ended up in the ditch along the way. I stayed the night with family just across the border near Mount Shasta and got some much needed sleep. After some great coffee and a quick fuel up, I continued on my way. The light rain continued to bless the trip, but did let off every now and then to give us some great views. As we headed into the rain again, we steamed on towards LA. Trying to drive a U-Haul with a trailer through LA traffic was never on my bucket list, but thank goodness I can go ahead and check that one off the secret menu of life. Unfortunately, the camera ran out of battery as we were unloading the car in the garage, along with all of the spare parts. It took my wife and I roughly 2 hours to finish the job under the cover of night, but here it is, safe and sound. Not a whole lot of extra room to work in right now, but we'll get it sorted before actually starting the restoration. Big shout out to my brother Swede Machine for the help in getting the channel started. Those of you viewing this video are most likely his 95 subscribers that took a chance and blind subscribing to my channel, and I thank you all for taking a chance. As for the next video, we'll be looking into what needs done and maybe even get into backtracking on some previously made floor pan repairs. I'll catch y'all later.